It's Tuesday of Holy Week, and for the last 25 years I have spent this day with you. So I thought it was apropos if we just say hello and I love you and I thank you for all the joy and love you've brought into my life and to Jim's life. But I couldn't let this day go by without going out and looking at that full moon, thinking about Mary Krieger and all of you. We need to remember one thing. Jeremy. How can we have a Holy Tuesday without a Jeremy story? So here it goes. It's for all of you who've been there for 25 years. Remember Jeremy? He was born with Down syndrome. Should have called it UPS because we all know Jeremy was just so full of joy and so full of love. And his parents wanted nothing but the best for Jeremy. They were about to move to a new city. Mom had one dream, that perhaps she could find a Catholic school that had inclusion and Jeremy could attend it. So when they got to their new city, they looked after neighborhood until they found St. Peter's Church. And sure enough, there was a classroom of inclusion and Jeremy would start in the fall. Oh, Jeremy was so excited to start his new classroom. Miss Miller was going to be his teacher and she knew she'd have to adapt some of her lessons to meet his special needs, but she was so willing to do that. Oh, the beginning of school year was so wonderful. Thanksgiving was great. Christmas was even better. And then came Lent, followed by Easter Sunday. Miss Miller had traditionally done a project where she sent every child home with a plastic egg. And she told every child to fill it with something that reminded them of Easter and bring it back on Easter Monday. Miss Miller wasn't sure that Jeremy could understand this abstract concept, but nonetheless she gave him an egg. That following Easter Monday, Miss Miller was in the locker room when all the children came in, and sure enough, there was such excitement. They were showing their eggs to everyone. Someone had a flower, and oh, they just kept opening it up and sharing these wonderful eggs. As she wandered through the locker, she noticed that Jeremy put nothing in his egg. Not wanting to ever embarrass him, she kept that in her memory, and as she went from child to child, she started with Emma, and Emma had a beautiful little caterpillar in hers, crawled on the desk. Claire had a beautiful flower in hers. Ace had a rock that was covered with moss, and on and on and on. And she skipped Jeremy, knowing that he had put nothing in his egg. And when she finished row after row, there was Jeremy with his hand in the air. Miss Miller, you forgot me. She said, that's okay, Jeremy. I know there's nothing in your egg. And he looked up and he said, and so was the tomb. It was empty. Alleluia, alleluia. He is risen. Wow. That's our message to each one of us tonight. A huge stone has been rolled away, and Jesus is alive, and Jesus is with us, and giving us hope and love and trust. But most of all, I come to you with a heart full of thanksgiving tonight. Thank you for being the wonderful clowns that brought so much joy to the whole Beers household. Happy Easter.